Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dice here, and I want to welcome you to the next part in the video series on family and how your family actually holds you back. So I want to thank you if you've actually made it this far in the video series, because I know it would have been quite difficult to digest all this crazy information, and also it can be a bit of a shot to the ego and the family dynamic learning this material, because that certainly was the case for me. So if you need a little bit of support with this sort of stuff, by all means hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Because the next video in the series is going to be what to do about all this. What do we need to do to change the dynamic that's actually going on with your family, and sort of change the way that you view your family, or maybe even how to cut out your family. So that's some of the things that we're going to talk about in the next video. So this video, I want to talk about why does your family actually hold you back in this context, okay? Why do they have this default way of thinking, so that they just want to stab you, or have a quick jab at you, or they want if they're a caring family, they try to influence you into that bandwidth of mediocrity. Why do they do this? So when you actually start to step up, don't be surprised that you see that your family's going to give you a lot of flack, okay? They're going to give you a lot of negative criticism. They're going to be like, oh, maybe that's a little bit risky. Maybe you should try this. Maybe you should stay in that bandwidth of mediocrity. As we talked about in previous videos, it's because they don't actually understand your vision, they don't understand your dream, and when someone doesn't understand your vision or dream, what happens? They can't get behind it, okay? So leading that sort of into the next sort of subtopic is they're doing this because they care about you. They care and they want you to be, they care about you and they want you to be safe, okay? You have to understand that your family, your mothers and fathers, you'll probably never actually really fully understand it until you have children, is your family has invested time, money, and a huge amount of stress into even if they were a shit mother or father, they still had to invest some part of their life into getting you to where you are now, okay? So they care about you to some degree. And they don't want you to take on a huge amount of risk that they don't understand, because it could all fall over and you might actually end up committing suicide, or you'll be in a shittier situation, and because they don't understand it, they can't get behind it, okay? So that's the biggest reason. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, hit the like button, because I really appreciate it. It sort of helps the channel out a great deal, and it helps me understand that you actually are understanding what I'm explaining to you, if that makes sense. Okay, I should probably turn around now. So the next thing, the second point that I want to get across is of why your family actually does this, is because by you actually stepping up is an indirect insult to the way that they view the world and their level of success, okay? So what do I mean by this? So if you're starting to step up, you're starting to better yourself, you're trying to do big things with your life, as we talked about earlier, don't assume that your family is going to give a lot of criticism and sort of try to steer you into something that's a little bit more safe. They're doing this sort of stuff because throughout their life they have had little situations where they've been called upon to be able to better their situation, and for whatever reason things have fallen over, things didn't work out according to plan, or they simply didn't have the cognitive horsepower to be able to take on such project, okay? So in some ways your family is sinisterly holding you back because they are afraid that they will lose you. They are afraid that by you actually stepping up and improving yourself, that you're going to turn into somebody that is no longer relatable, because you will, if you're actually serious about this shit, you will change, you will turn into somebody that's no longer relatable, as we talked about in previous videos. And what actually happens is that hurts their ego. It hurts their ego because you're stepping up, and it's a reflection of their inadequacies, and also they're also afraid to lose you as a family member, because you're doing bigger things. You don't have time for them anymore. You don't want to hang out because you don't want to talk about all this mediocre bullshit anymore. You want to do bigger things. So it's like the cap of this is like it becomes an indirect insult to them and their previous failures in their life. So if you got something out of this video, I really appreciate it if you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also stay tuned, like I said, for the next video in the series, which is going to be the solution. What I believe to be the solution to be able to change the way you look at your family, sort of change that sort of like dynamic and have strong boundaries on what you should and shouldn't do with your family so that you can actually go after your purpose, go after your dreams, and actually be just like a solid man that's not to like disconnect the umbilical cord that is actually attached to your mother and maybe even your father. Okay, well, my father's dead, so I don't really have that, but like you need to, like, it's part of becoming a man. Okay, I want to be part of this journey for you. I want to be able to help you understand more of these concepts, and that's why I'm so passionate about doing these videos. But if you feel like that you and I would actually get along really well and you need some guidance and some assistance to be able to sort of like understand more of these concepts, or just generally like how to step up to be a better person, build like a bit of a roadmap on what the fuck you're going to do with your life, then by all means send me a message on Instagram, and we can get on like a one-on-one like discovery call together. Let's just see if we're a good fit, see if you're like, you know, picking up what I'm putting down, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon, and stay tuned for the next video. Dice out.